Right, so, yeah, they made us make this, which looks quite cool. We've learned fire traps because the hair squad are flammable.
Yeah.
Which I assume is why I've made a fire sword, which, to be fair, the game didn't force me to make a fire sword. But, like, it's worse than my falcon sword or windbreaker or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So, I'll try it against these goons and see if it's any better against a hairy thing. But if it isn't, that's how, what's the fucking point? But I suppose if I hadn't fought that dragon, I wouldn't have got that better sword, so the fire sword would have just been better overall. Because it's better than a steel sword. We've got monsters closing in fast, Arsena. I think the hair... Ooh! The hair force are back for another piece of the action. Seems like they're ready to strike at any moment. But what about you, Dustina? Are you all set and ready to take these suckers on? I did put more zap traps around all the barricades in my town, but they have never approached from anything other than the very front. Even though in every other time they seem to approach from all sides, but mostly the front.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I've just wasted resources is what I've done. That's what I like to hear. Those magic traps of yours should soften them up. I'll take care of the rest. And take care, I mean clobber every last one of them. Let's go. I can't eat yet, honey. But yes, I would like to have one or two of them. Oh, there's wabbits. Now, watch my trap. They got gently toasted, and they're not at the watchfire at all. They're meant to stand there until the enemies get outside of the trap. The enemies get tenderized, but instead they rush them as soon as they can see them. Even though the game was like, oh, place these down, and your NPCs will stand at them until the enemies are squished. It's not very smart. Take a little bit of damage from the force field. Take quite a lot of damage from the flames. So let's... Oh. We'll try and get a... How Yowie takes... Is that 25? I can't tell. But it looks like the traps are doing all the work anyway. And I'll still get all the XP. I don't need to use his special net. So he takes 86 from that. And 31 from that. Well. I think we know what we'll be using. Malroth, I thought he was gone, but he'd actually just went to check on the other town that was getting attacked. I think these guys we might use a coup de grace on, because they're big. Oh. That's doing... Oh, he was dead before I could check how much damage that was doing. Terrible burden, you see. But these guys look even more hairy. If the hair weakness temperature thing is a thing, then it should affect these guys. So that's doing 25 damage. Or was I looking at the wrong weapon? 36. Oh, the fire. Oh, I think the damage is within a range of 34. Yeah, the fire sword's doing a tiny amount more damage to these guys now. But if the NPCs just stayed at the watchtower and waited for the enemies to get much closer, it would work much better. But it doesn't work the way the game says it's going to work. NPCs in Dragon Quest Builders being stupid. Never have I ever. Eek, 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 you fools! Defeated by mere humans? You're not just embarrassing yourself, you're embarrassing me! Alright, no more monkeying around. If you want a job done well, you have to do it yourself. Eek, eek, eek! That mandrill, the Hair Force's head honcho. Right, guys, stay. No, you're failing your... Task failed successfully. Oh, this guy made it through. reward is a pummeling. Yeah, I think the fire sword is better in this fight. Oh, just as he died, the coup de grace was available again. Oh, I forgot to use an attack up food. I could have used that. Oh well, whatever. It wasn't necessary. Level up. Oh, also based on the guide thing, I am quite severely underleveled.
Oh.
To be fair, when I was in the mining town and I was going to collect find the gold ore, etc., there was a bunch of annoying mushroom enemies that just kept popping up out of the ground, so I just ran past them.
Yeah.
So that might be why I'm a little bit underleveled, but they weren't fun to fight and they kept poisoning you, and I was just like, I can walk past them quite easily, I'm gonna just do that. I fought everything else, but I was just like, they're just cluttering up the place and they seem to respawn really quickly. So that's maybe why I'm underleveled. Level 27. More HP. I've had an idea. Learned a new recipe. Gigantes Club for Malroth. 88 damage is pretty swish. Victory! No! The Hair Force cannot be defeated, not by the likes of you filthy, bald humans! You may have won the battle, but you won't win the war! Argon's heroes will be victorious! What do you think of my dying, dumb monkey fuck voice? Yes.
It was an experience.
It was an experience. Nobody liked it, but that was the point. We did it, Dacina. We beat the Hair Force. Excellent work, Dacina. Those sizz snares you made work like a dream. I've said Dacina too many times in this game. It's like one of the games where they say your name really aggressively, like, all the time. Like, to the point that it's not going to mean anything by the time I finish this game. I'm going to be like, Dacina, who's that? What's that? Indeed so. Let us continue to seek out an enemy's weaknesses, and we may win this war without a single sword being swung. Well, the thing is, mate, is everyone rushed forward before the enemies had even been tenderized. Because of your placements. Sorry to break this to you, Grandad, but these fancy traps aren't the be-all and end-all. We're the ones who actually put our necks on the line to finish those monsters off. I mean, the last squad actually made it through the defences with some health left. So we would have had to fight those guys, which was fine. But all the previous ones died in the fire, and they didn't need to get bum-rushed. That's as it may be, but every little helps. Ah, test coat. The Air Force and Scare Force are still out there, and we will need every tool at our disposal to lay them low. I hate how they say lay them low instead of kill them. It's like we've literally buried like 3 soldiers and talked about death and how there's nothing after death. But when they're talking about killing the monsters, they're like, oh, we must lay the boss low. It's like, that's a fucking weird, probably old-timey thing.
Just old-timey.
Don't like it, it's stupid.
They do that a lot in Dragon Quest games.
They've done it a lot with words I don't know what they are, I can't pronounce. But like, that one just sounds awkward.
This is a joke from an old Flash animation I watched years and years ago. It's taking the piss out of Kingdom Hearts. It's a bit where one of the characters monologues, and Sora goes, I don't know what half of those words meant, and then the words that pop up they didn't understand were things like the and.
Yep. How about that then, young builder? Good as new if you ask me. Nothing had got damaged. Hang on, something's not right. I can still smell monsters about. Argon preserve us. Look, everyone over there. You'll never hit us from down there, pathetic humans. Damn it all, what do we do? What do we do? Die is what you do by the looks of it, you dumbasses. We've got, like, ballistas, and we've got high fortresses. Why don't you shoot them from them? Well, I don't know if I've put any ballistas up top, to be fair. Aha! Not so tough now, are you? You don't stand a chance against the almighty Air Force. They're here already, but our preparations, we're not ready for another battle. Speak for yourself, I was born ready. Come on, Dosino, let's get him. She says, can't remember where the ballistas live. I could have sworn there was a ladder somewhere. Oh no, they're wrecking me too. One there. Oh, Kieran, I can't breathe right now. It's very annoying. Oh, well, Malroth killed all the monsters for me. I was busy placing some ballistas so the NPCs could be less retarded. Didn't work. Yeah, that took some doing, but we got them in the end. That flying trick's nasty. What else did you expect from the Air Force? We should have to rethink our defences. They flew right over us as snares, not to mention the Great Gate. It's hard enough just hitting them. We need a strategy to handle them if they attack en masse. How can you talk of defence and strategy at a time like this? What of those two poor soldiers at the front of the castle? That's what you get for swinging at the air, you idiots. Huh? What's got into her? I don't care about them. They should have known better. I don't want to build any more graveyards. They're boring. Two in. There. Well, I have placed ballistas about the place, so that should hopefully do something. Well, actually, what should we place there? Oh, Darcina, those poor souls! Hoo-hoo! I well understand how hard this is for you, Esther. None of us wish to witness death. But we are at war. People will die. These men were prepared to pay that price for what they believed in. We all are. Now, you know what you should do is you should be able to take the weapons off their corpses and give it back to your troops. Hey? This is war!
Yeah,
They're dead. They're never coming back. That's generally what happens when you die, yeah. I don't want to die. We have to win no matter what. Darsina, if it isn't too much trouble, would you be so kind as to give these men a proper burial like you did for those in Moonahan? I'd rather not. We must learn from this tragedy. Let us add to our strength so when the Air Force returns, we're ready for them. Vengeance will be ours. Now, you see, I don't want to. It's like a waste of my resources. They're dead.
Truly a compassionate leader, indeed.
I'm with Melroth on this. It gains us nothing while we're still in war to snivel over the dead people. It's like, it's a shame they died, yeah. But it doesn't change anything.
I mean, in real war, morale is a big deciding factor in who wins a war or not.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it is. But this is a video game.
Yes, but they're trying to
No,
emulate to a degree.
It's a 7+.
Yeah, but it's also a 7+ as you build a brothel.
I didn't build a brothel. That was a choice you must have made.
The massage room.
Oh, okay.
It's implied, but you've got bunny girls like going in there to massage.
The bunny girls weren't massaging, they were massaging each other. If it was a brothel, it was strictly not a straight guy brothel.
Well, the men use it as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did they have... Is it still called a brothel if it's guys? I don't know. This isn't a question I've ever asked before. I'm not familiar with brothel terminology. Right, now I would like to think that 4 ballistas up top should do something, and then there's one facing into the town in case they're stupid enough to get through our defences. Strong enough to get through our defences. The NPCs are stupid enough to let them in. Watch out, Darsina. Speaking of miners in the brothel town, here's one. You probably ain't even noticed me before. What with me not... Kieran, existence is torture right now. What with me not introducing myself or nothing, but we've noticed you alright, oh dear. Ever since we met you, we realised that the children of Hargon are a lot of rotters. We want to help you out in whatever way we can. That rotten Air Force robbed us of 2 good soldiers, right? So we were thinking, maybe we could make ourselves useful by learning how to fight, especially if Anissa trained us. Yeah, but she's so fierce looking I can hardly muster up the courage to say hello, let alone ask her for help. You and her are mates, right? Yeah, do us a favour. Darsina, ask her to train us up, would you? It's very important that you know that I've got a swimming pool in this ice zone. There was already water and I was like, how many ladders does it take to make a swimming pool? Oh, 1 ladder, and they were like, woo, yes, must swim! And I was like, I have feelings about this. I don't think it's very smart.
I don't think usually, taking a dip in something like water,
not always the smartest choice. Right. I am a bit choky, I don't advise it, it's a bad time. It's not ready yet. I'm trying to talk to an NPC, but there's too many other NPCs in the way. Hello, Darsina. You're looking as cheery as ever. Even among the horrors of war, you managed to keep a smile on your face. Well, what is it? The trick is, if you didn't give a shit about the NPCs in the first place, you won't mourn their death. Unnamed NPC? Whoa, no, not him. What, the townspeople want me to train them to be soldiers? Strange they didn't ask me themselves. Well, I'd gladly instruct anyone who's willing to join the war effort, but... Get in! Thanks for asking us, Darsina. Thanks for agreeing to train us, Anissa. You ain't gonna regret it. Don't rejoice just yet. I expect you to train as though your lives depend on it. One day they jolly well might. Let's begin with 100 laps of the castle grounds. Ugh. Oh, no. I'd rather go into war unprepared. This may take some time, Darcina. In the meantime, I suggest you see the other townspeople. They may have requests of their own. Recent events have served as a stark reminder of the mercilessness of the monster's forces and the true horror of death. I'll not give in to this darkness. I will escape this bally fate. They say bally a lot as well. Weird. Warwick lost his whole family to the monsters. His parents, his brothers, his sisters, all slain mercilessly. It's little wonder he's keener than any of us to end this war. He hates death with a passion. I think most of us aren't terribly fond of death. Darcina, if we hope to survive, let alone defeat them, must add to our strength. Will you ring the builder's bell one more time? When we hear that perfect peal, a will to build awakens in all of us, and brings with us a flash of inspiration that we could sorely use to win ourselves more powerful magical weapons. You say the bell responds to the gratitude of your fellow townsfolk, yeah? If you haven't the power just yet, be sure to ask the people if they have any unrequited needs. Oh, that was just for the lower level. Jolly good show, Darcina. Ringing that bell didn't just inspire the townspeople, it rallied new troops to our cause too. Huh? Am I not concerned that there might be a spy among their number? Certainly a possibility, but the last thing we need is to start doubting each other. We have enough enemies as it is without making enemies of ourselves. Well, who is your enemy? Is it any you, or is it any me? Oh, he's trying to be a bard. Who should we trust? Who should we hate? Find out we must before it gets too late. That was dreadful, and it was made double dreadful by the fact I'm snuffly. But I can't sing in the first place. But I can sing slightly less terribly when I'm not snuffling. Ugh. Anyway, if there's one person I trust, it's you, Darcina, and I hope you feel you can trust me too. If anything, that makes me suspicious of you, mate. I have little doubt who our next enemy will be. The abominable Air Force. We must find a way to defeat them before it's too late. I appreciate that traps don't damage me, though. That would make them completely worthless. Yeah. Ah, Darcina, the thought of those two noble warriors that gave their lives in heroic battle against the air forces. It's too tragic to bear. But to die is the fate of all who live. Just as all who live are doomed to eventually grow hungry. Just listen to my rumbling stomach. Why do people need to eat? We hunger day and night. Life is oh so bittersweet when we really need a bite. Which brings me to my request, dear Darcina. I think it's about time we upgraded our cooking arrangements. You already built a castle kitchen, yeah? I think it needs a big table to eat at, and if you could put a crock pot and some crockery on the table, it would no longer be a kitchen, it would be a castle cafeteria. Our population grows, there's more mouths to feed. Oh, but wise builder knows just what our kitchen needs. Dreadful. I'm astonished at the repairs you've made to Moonbrook Castle. The power of a skilled builder is truly a wonder to behold. That being said, I'm certain you could make our home even more greater. There's no need to be modest, girl. I know you have it in you. If we want our soldiers to have every advantage in battles to come, we must provide them with a well-stocked armoury. All the rooms needs a chest, 2 barricades, and 4 pieces of ornamental equipment of some description or other. Chest, 2... I've just forgotten. 2 pieces of barricade. Alright, I'm gonna make the kitchen first because that seems more helpful. Needed a big table. Oh, it's got an exclamation mark next to it. That's alright then. Kieran, why is breathing difficult? It's really cringe. Oh, there's bad guys. Have you considered using the fucking ballistas I've put up? Oh, Kieran, I can't breathe. This is not fair. Right, this room isn't very big right now, though. Door's in the way. Oh, thankfully it was literally just a table. They don't even need chairs. Me too. I think it's just existence. I'm normally quite bad in the morning. My drugs haven't had a chance to kick in.
Bloody druggy.
I know, horrible innit? Now this is a small room which is doing nothing. You know what this needs? This can be the armory. How many pieces of decorative crap did I need? A chest, 2 barricades, 4 pieces of ornamental swords or ornamental armour. So I'll do 2 swords, 2 armour, I think. I've got Saurian potatoes. Oh, I mean, that's not what I meant to click at, but yes. Oh, this breathing malarkey. Such a kerfuffle. That knocked out? Aha, small armory. Well, would you look at that? He took a plain and functional kitchen, turned it into a beautiful castle cafeteria that really whets the appetite. No doubt the townspeople will be inspired to use any ingredients they find in a chest to make all sorts of delicious foodstuffs. Of course, I myself would never dream of doing such a thing. It would be a mortal sin, strictly proscribed by the almighty Hargon. Speaking of Hargon, do you think it's true that any of his spies have infiltrated the castle? I hear fevered whisperings of treason and treachery, but what real harm has actually been done? If there's a traitor in our midst, they're not the most efficient fellow. What if they were merely biding their time till one day? Oh, my mind runs wild with the possibilities. Any one of us could be the spy. What if it were Warwick? He's so noble and upstanding, almost suspiciously so. Or Zara, there's something curiously unassuming about her. And what of Jeremiah? He might be a double agent, turned by the monsters during his time among them. What? It could be me. Don't be ridiculous. I may be a devout disciple of the children of Hargon, but espionage is not one of my many talents. Capital work, Darcina. You built us an armory. What a fine young woman you are. Now, you needn't hand out new swords to our soldiers one by one. You can put them in the chest and everyone will help themselves. This way our army can quickly take advantage of all your advancements and armaments, provided you keep it in the chest in the armory. Ah, so they will pick up new weapons, but only if it's in the armory chest. That makes sense, I suppose. Speaking of warfare, Darcina, I know that builders are not born warriors. Do you find the frenetic chaos of battle trying? Were I a builder, I'd want to stay far away from the fray. I would stand atop my walls and launch projectiles at foes, even those in the air. An inviting prospect, is it not? Think upon this idea, young builder, and be inspired. I love that it's heavily applied a lot in this game, that my character doesn't actually do the inventing. People tell them an idea, and then she's like, oh, yeah, that. Yay! Boom ball. Oh, bombs. I don't like bombs. Oh, boom balls, you say? That's a fine idea if I ever heard one. No, it isn't. I don't like bombs. Imagine you'll be needing some rock bomb shards to make them. You can obtain those from rock bombs that loiter around the docks where the Hair Force moored their ship. You can use those boom balls just as I described them. Simply find a pleasant spot on the castle walls and rain destruction upon your enemies. Just be sure to build as many as you need before battle begins. I want oxygen. Where's the oxygen stored, Kieran?
Balls.
Oh, that's why I struggle. I haven't got any balls. I don't need to fake the huffing and puffing and wheezing. It's real. Gov, I finished my training. Normally I would have had them do another 1,000 laps of the castle walls, but it won't do for them to keel over dead before they have had a chance to prove themselves in battle. Hold on, I feel different. Let's just level up. The townspeople turn into soldiers. Get in, now we can fight like Anissa and Malroth do. Take Malroth as their role model. Oh god, breathing! This is bollocks, Kieran. Absolute bollocks. Oh. Your friend is strong, but he's no soldier. His recklessness is a hazard to all around him. Allies and enemies both. You say he means no malice by it, that he might have a bad temper, but he's got a good heart. Oh. Oh. I understand your desire to defend your friend, Darcina, but I have an army to lead. Malroth's mayhem is a distraction at best, at worst, a threat. I sense something about that man. Pardon me. Whatever drives him to these excesses, I only hope it does not bring calamity to Moonbrook. Now that's a red flag if I ever heard one. I'm dying slightly too. I'm hoping it's just morning existence though. I know. But I think my body's been very slow at noticing it if I have got it. Castle's defences are stronger now than ever before. We're recruiting new soldiers by the day. Our preparations to defeat Hargon's army proceed apace. But I fear that some of our new recruits might need a little more combat training. I was wondering if you can build us a room to do our drills. We'll need plenty of arms and targets to practice with. 2 sets of ornamental spears, 4 target dummies, and 4 wooden fortifications should be enough. Don't mind where you build the new training room, as long as it gets built sooner rather than later. I've already forgotten how many he asked for. 2 ornamental spears, 4 target dummies, and 4 wooden fortifications. Oh, well, that comes in a pack of 10, so that's easy. Oh no, they require wood, the resource I've got infinite of. 2 spears. Got a big empty room kicking about, but where is it? That's a toilet. This is a big empty room. Oh. Build a room here, actually. Put a door in. Oh. Existence is torment. Door. Malroth, I'd like to give you a nice snazzy weapon. Gosh, this training room's fantastic. Even better than I'd imagined. Wow, your standards are low. Thank you so much, Darsina. Now we have somewhere to train. Our soldiers can practice day and night until they're strong and skilled enough to go toe-to-toe with the fiercest of foes. That's if the spy doesn't get to us first. Oh, not this spy nonsense again. Are you still going on about that? It isn't nonsense. The other night I thought I saw a monster inside the castle. What if one of our allies is really a monster in disguise? That's not all. I found some marks on the castle wall that looked as if someone was trying to tunnel through from the inside. Either there is a monster in the castle or someone working for them. I'm sure of it. So what? I don't care what they get up to in their spare time. It's what they do on the battlefield that counts. I'm not going to start second-guessing my fellow fighters. You think so too, right, Darsina? Time grows short, Darsina. You and Anissa must begin work on another magical weapon to help defeat the Air Force. Indeed. The fiends fly right over our current defences. We have to identify their weakness and modify our fortification to take advantage of it. But before that, let us begin by laying out another blueprint to expand upon our current system of walls and traps. We can add whatever invention we come up with to handle the Air Force later. Be sure to leave space for it when laying out your design. Oh, it's quite a big blueprint, mind. Need more castle. Oh, more buttresses, more ladders. More zap traps, okay. More spike traps, more barricades, more snares. Quite a lot more of everything, actually. Finished already? Goodness me, it's enormous. You certainly don't waste any time, do you, Dosina? Locations marked with question marks are for your new anti-air force device, yeah? Just like when you left space for the Sizz snares last time. What a blueprint, what a plan. But our foe is strong indeed. I shall give you what aid I can. I think I have a lead. A lead, huh? Ask him what he means by that, would you, Dosina? I don't think I could survive another second listening to his caterwauling. The townspeople and I will start work on the blueprint. Just as soon as you prepare a chest fully stocked with pieces of castle wall and other sundries we'll need. Of course, we won't be able to finish it off until you've invented the magic weaponry to fill in the blanks. So go, Dosina, and discover our enemy's weaknesses. I've travelled to every corner of this island, bringing my blessings of song at every far-flung region, and picked up a lot of incredibly useful information along the way. You wish to learn more about the Air Force, yes? Well, their camp lies through the valley south of Moonahan, deep within the poisonous swamp. Perhaps you should pay them a call. Come then, we can infiltrate the enemy forces by making use of the mod rod, just as we did before. I can turn into monsters to do a stealth. Got a magic wand that makes me turn into a monster, pretend I'm a monster. Our heroes depart for the enemy fort in the poison swamp's heart. The war begins to thwart. Kieran's going, I wish I didn't have ears. Best of luck. Before you go, please be sure to place all the materials you need to complete the blueprint and chest. I'd hate for us to have to down tools while you're away. I need 6 laser beams. I'm going to have to take them from where I've placed them in the town, because I don't know how you get more of the resourcey thing. Well, that was inconsiderate, video game. I went, you know what? I was defending the castle as good as I can, but the enemies have never came this way, so... I feel like they probably will come this way just for bad now, though. That's 6 now. You know, I don't know if... I think I will leave that chest there. Oh, I can't actually make enough of that. I have to go get some more resources. Oh. This is such a jerk. Oh, my God. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Right, so I need a buttload more marble. Oh. Ah. Terrible. Today's not been very nice. I think there was a good amount of marble in the starting area. Oh, I need to make some more snares. Can't words, Kieran. I can make more ladders. Oh no, I think the ladders are in the chest. How many snares do we need? 37. Seems that a lot. That requires gold to make them. I don't really want to use the gold because I think I've got a limited amount of it. I don't know how many townsfolk I've got. I've got absolutely no idea how many townsfolk I've got. I don't think there's anything that tells you how many you've got either. Alright, well I have made 20 or 30 steel broadswords, so anyone that's... Oh, I've got 33 steel broadswords, that's plenty. What are you idiots doing? Why are you stashing building materials inside the armory? Is it just the first chest you come to when you come inside, maybe? Yeah, I think they're just being idiots. I think that's the answer to that question. Right, so let's go destroy some marble. I think the marble... Brain. Marble's somewhere. Marble's sort of kind of near the starting zone, I think. Is that marble? Can't remember what marble looks like. I think I've carved out a big wall where there was some marble. It's white with creaky bits in it. Is that marble? Yes. Don't really want to destroy this. Needs must. I've got no reason to go back here other than to collect marble, so... Love you. I'm enjoying existence right now. Existence is a bit of a dick. Big smelly dick. Feel a little bit bad about destroying what was a nice little tunnel into the area, but don't need it. I need the marble. Many lives will be saved by this minor ugliness. Do you not know enough about me yet, Kieran? I don't actually know how much marble I've collected. I think I read somewhere I needed 200. Oh! I nearly fell. I mean, obviously, I found the tunnel was just a bit claustrophobic, so no longer claustrophobic. Kieran goes, I refuse to look. I don't want to see what you've done. Poor innocent landscape, just minding its own business, then Zoe comes along and goes, ooh, resources! I like having a big bonk hammer. It's much more effective than it was in the first game, and it's much more effective even just since it got the upgrade. I like it when upgrades are actually tangible, and not just, oh, it takes 0.1 of a second less time to charge or something. It's like, no, make it good. Got 179 marble, that's probably enough. Ow. I still haven't got enough to reach the next level. But have my NPCs been smart enough to equip themselves with anything better? I don't think they have. Oh, I'm absolutely starving. Bread. Is there no bread in here? I'm not sure, but I think the crops don't run out in this world. It was only the farming world where the crops ran out from their seeds, which makes even less sense. nobody going to bed yet? So they've placed everything apart from some castle walls and some question marks. I'm going to do something unheard of. I'm going to let my NPC, my main character, have a sleep for once. The bedroom's still bad, but it's not as bad. They can actually get into the beds, because I think they weren't able to climb over the beds to get into the beds. Whereas the straw mattresses they could, so I've made sure everyone's got at least a one space next to the bed to get in. It seems to work. But it's still dreadful, I'm well aware. But it's also the only room with the ceiling on, so... I don't think anyone... No, nobody's been harvesting the food or making food while we've been... When they're building the giant blueprints, everyone, like, drops their actual jobs to build. Which, like, on one hand can be good, on the other hand it's just a bit annoying. It's like, well, I want my cooks to still cook.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if you could toggle it.
Prioritise is the most important builds.
Yeah. And like, I think they've almost finished building it. I need to just now go learn what their weakness is. Bye-bye. Save successful. Now I can go to the marker. Where is that marker, actually? Down there. Oh. This is still the quickest point to go to, I think. Oh, a little red dracky all by itself. It dropped a potato. Whee!
Air Force is Air Force.
It's cringe, isn't it? Slime!
Oh! I'm slim.
There's a beautiful stinking swamp through here. It's a great place to rest, relax and enjoy the fetid aroma. Or at least it used to be. Now it's full of squawking, nattering bird monsters. Ugh, can't stand it. Hey you, what are you thwackers doing wandering around? If you've got nothing to do, I'll find you something to keep you busy. Go and gather more flurry feathers. We don't have enough, a particularly busted breeze. All it takes to leave us absolutely helpless. It's funny to think that the same thing can stir up the greatest scales into a... What? The same thing that stirs up the greatest gales is also the strongest... What? Kieran, what the fuck does that last word say?
Something that can start the greatest.
I think that's the greatest gales.
Soothe the strongest. Is he trying to say whale? Soul?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Recently, the thinkings have been growing dark. The thing? Something's been growing darker by the day. If a whirlwind whipped up while we were in the air, it'd be curtains for us. Ah, they could get thwarted by the things, I think is what they're saying. The feathers that they need to make themselves stronger can also fuck them up.
Ah, right.
That's why we need flurry feathers. Though we can tear down Moonbrook Castle without breaking a sweat. Squeehee! The other gremlins should have collected their quota by now. How about you go and gather them up and bring them back here? How about I don't? So the Air Force are vulnerable to strong winds, are they? Wager you could build something rather interesting from these flurry feather things. Let's follow this fiend's instructions and see where it leads us. Hey, you lot, stop your nattering, find some gremlins and bring me some flurry feathers. I won't be satisfied until they have all this. Boing. Boing. Me? Gremlin in charge sent you to collect the flurry feathers? Well, I found mine, but I lost them again. Didn't want anyone to steal them, you see, so I hid them in the poison swamp. And I completely forgot where I put them. Relatable. I remember seeing an old crate floating in the water somewhere nearby. Perhaps you could find them for me. So the feathers are in the swamp. The deadly poisonous one? Well, what are we waiting for? Let's dive in. Ah, Malroth. Wait, Malroth. We need not dive in headfirst in danger. Darcina can simply drain some of the poison using her bottomless pot. I don't really want to swap out my nice clean water for poison. Yeah, but she can't use her tools when she's dressed up as a monster, can she? Then we need to find a safe place away from the prying eyes of the monsters to resume human form. Then we can search near the crate and find the flurry feathers at our leisure. Let me talk to all of them. What's that? You've been sent to collect all our flurry feathers? Well, you say that, but can you really be trusted? Oh, I know. I'll ask you some questions that only a loyal member of our squadron could answer. Question the first. What's the name of our squadron? Is it the Care Force? No, it's not the Care Force. You think though, don't you? You think so, do you? Alright then, my second question is about the army that was defeated by the horrid humans of Moonbrook, the Air Force. Was their commander a Powie Wowie? No, it's a werewolf thing, I think. Because he looked dumb. Interesting response. Fair question then. Including myself, there are 3 pretty purple gremlins in this camp. No more, no less. I don't know. 1, 2, 3 that I can see. I think so. Well, if you say so. Now let's see how you did. A perfect score! Well, that proves it. You're an upstanding member of the illustrious order, alright. Here you go, the flurry feathers I collected. They're all yours. Ugh. Kill them with fire, Kieran. Oops! Thankfully, the NPCs are retards and... Oh! We just switched into bunny girl costumes instead of switching into monsters. I like slimes, they're cute and they don't take up too much of the screen. Spree? The supervisor sent you a collectible of furry feathers? Certainly, I stored mine safely in the storeroom. What a bunch of wingless wonderful done like you doing in the Air Force. Can't even fly. This seemed very suspicious to me. But if the supervisor sent you, everything must be above board. Give me a second, I'll unlock the door for you. There you go, all unlocked. The furry feathers are in the chest. Head on in and help yourself. Wait, is that... Oh no, a mirror! Not a mirror! What's going on? We've changed back into humans again. Just as I thought, that mirror, it's... What's going on in here? Did you find the furry feathers? Oh yeah, oh... Ah! Human! Help! Oh! You won't get away with this! Whee! Oh no, a single worthless purple one. Pink one even. The gremlin is defeated. That's him dealt with, but why did we change back into humans all of a sudden? Look, up there, on the wall, that's Ra's mirror. Just looks like a regular mirror to me. In fact, it looks like a shitty one I got from IKEA when I was a kid. This legendary looking glass is said to reveal the true form of all it reflects. Thought it was lost forever. I never imagined the monsters had it all along. Huh, so that's what made us drop our disguises. Cannot leave so powerful a relic in the monster's hands. Let us take it with us, along with the flurry feathers. Got the mirror. You know what? I feel like those... I feel like I quite like those ornamental swords for myself. I can make them, but these are free. What I don't like about this game is there's a fanciness rating, right? But the weapons, not the weapons, the accessories and stuff that you put in the bedroom, it doesn't have anything that tells you which ones give you what points and what counts as fancy. Slightly overkill, whatever. Screehee, silly human. Oh shit! I forgot to change back. Silly humans, if you think you can take on the almighty Air Force, you must have a death wish. And we're one that we're happy to grant. Everyone, attack! Blast, they've seen us, fall back. What an idiot, I forgot to turn back my disguise after I was looting the place. If we ever find out the secret to defeating these monsters, we must take care not to be spotted. Use the mod rod to transform us into monsters. The fiends won't know the difference. We'll have the run of the place. Yeah, I'd done that, but then I fucked up. Right, now I think... said there was poisonous swamp. But I can't remember. Chest near the poisonous swamp or something? Hid them in the poison swamp and completely forgot where I put them. An old crate floating in the water somewhere nearby. Ah. Ah, you can just slurp it up, okay. The boss moved, yeah, he's all the way over there. I need some breakfast, but I'm feeling a bit ugh at the minute. I feel like I'm dying slightly less. You collected all the flurry feathers? Excellent work. And just in time, too. I feel a storm coming, but with those feathers we can safely... Suffering succotash! It's a tornado! Everyone back inside the base, quickly! Oh no, we're too late. It's coming this way. Whee! Wow, that whirlwind was really something. We're lucky we didn't get blown away ourselves. I see. Since the troops in the Air Force are constantly in flight, they're susceptible to a strong wind. What say you, Dosina? With this knowledge and the flurry feathers we collected, do you think we can invent a weapon to work against them? Just control the weather, I don't want. At any rate, our work here is done. Come, let us return to the castle. Whoosh widget! Wait, something doesn't feel right here. Oh, Dosina, thank goodness you're here. Something terrible's happened. Oh, 3 guys are dead. What's going on here? Are they dead? Slain in the night and buried. They bear wounds from a sword, and not one of the monsters, one of our own. And it's true, a monster hides among us, a fiend disguised in human form. But if so, how in creation can we hope to find the perpetrator? Ah, if only we had Ra's mirror, we'd be able to dispel the illusion. About that. Egad, Dosina, is that Ra's mirror? Quickly, let's use it to expose the traitor in our midst. In this rum business, Your Majesty, I fear we have no alternative. We cannot be sure of our safety until we've checked every last citizen of Moonbrook. You're seriously going through with this? What's wrong with you people? Don't any of you trust each other? Like, I understand your disbelief until now, Malroth, but 3 people have been killed by our sword. Like, there definitely is a traitor in the midst. Or at least someone's making us think there's a traitor in the midst. You seem strangely opposed to finding the spy, Malroth. Almost suspiciously so. Enough, you two. This is exactly what the enemy wants, to sow the seeds of doubt and distrust among us. All must gaze into the mirror, including you, Malroth. Come on, Dosina, use Ra's mirror and let our true forms be revealed. You may begin with us, your closest allies, if that's alright with you, Anissa. Yes, fine, let's get this over with. But what if, first, I took the good weapons off the people that I'll put the copper weapons in the chest, actually. What weapons do people even have? I'm gonna just give everyone shit weapons because I don't know who the traitor is. I've played enough video games where your ally turns on you and then you fight them and they've got like all the best gear because you gave them the best gear. Right, so you can't. Yes, I have given you a good weapon. Don't think I've given you a weapon, or you. You've got a fire weapon, I'm definitely taking that off you. Right. So, if anyone turns on me... you're not going to have as good gear. Malroth, you're going to turn on me at some point, but I'm not taking your weapon off you. Because you're my friend. Razmira shall finally show us the truth. Has there really been a monster lurking among the castle all this time? Oh, I have to equip it. I see my own face. Suppose that means I'm not a monster. What a relief. And I can reward them with a better weapon when they prove they're not a monster. I think that's fair. Truth shall soon be revealed. Are you a monster? Shows nothing but a reflection of myself. I think that should be enough to clear me off any suspicion. Special weapon for you? Dustin peers into Razmira. For some reason, Malroth doesn't have a reflection. Huh? Isn't this thing supposed to show your true form? It's not even showing anything at all. But more to the point, why did you do that? I guess you just don't trust me. I thought we were friends. Razmira has shown us the truth. These three are who they claim. Although quite what Malroth's lack of reflection heralds, I know not. Malroth's in the huff with me because we're checking everyone's in the mirror, and he's like, why did you even check me? You don't trust me.
You might also have heard the other guys being like, he's dangerous.
Oh, he is dangerous. That's why he's good. He's very strong. Now, Dulcina, pray hold Razmira to the other citizens of Moonbrook. The traitor must be found and dealt with. Has the king got a sword? No. Ah, interestingly, we're not checking the king. Oh, nothing in this mirror but dashingly handsome King of Moonbrook looking back at me. But he didn't have a thing on to check it. But to doubt even me? What dark thoughts lie behind that innocent smile of yours? I appreciate they've got unique dialogue for doing that. Don't do this, Dulcina. If we don't trust each other, then we might as well give up now. Nurse? Is it you? Are you the traitor? Oh, what a relief. There's nobody in my reflection but me. That implies she didn't know if she was the traitor. You know, I think Malroth's right. Doubting each other like this is such a ghastly thing to do. But maybe we haven't really any other option. You were the one that found the corpses of 3 guys that had been killed with our sword. And you're going, oh, maybe we shouldn't doubt each other. But there's no reason not to do this. It's like in the thing, when they test the blood, the only people objecting are the people that are secretly monsters. I know you're not fond of the if there's nothing to hide principle of bare your soul, but if it's a case of just do this werewolf test. I was going to say, yeah, that has a different result. It's like, right, the werewolf now lives in my bedchamber.
I bet for a fact it's Mr. Bordio, Hook-Nosed Man.
I think he was in the first game, you know, because he looks hideous, and I remember him looking hideous. I know this face well. It's mine, though my forehead does seem a little larger than I remember. More importantly, I am not the spy, as I knew all too well. Another is responsible for our fallen friends, slain and buried in the middle of the night. They must be caught. I was rewarding people with swords. Oh, I can't give these guys swords, okay. Whew, it's just me. I'm not a monster. But it's horrifying to think that any one of us could be an enemy in disguise. You get an upgrade. This is the best time to equip them with weapons as well.
Yeah.
Because they hadn't been taking them out the chest, I don't think. Gadzooks, what a dignified visage! The silken whiskers, the noble brow. It's been so long since I last saw my face. I forgot what a fine one it was. So modest too. But one face among us has the features of a fiend beneath it. The soldiers we found slain within the castle walls will make proof of this. Can't words, Kieran. In the mirror, I can see a guy with killer looks. It's me! But one of the others is a wolf in sheep's clothing, killing their brothers and spreading fear and loathing. You can't even carry a weapon, so... Does it just not have a reaction? Oh, I was stood too close. What a relief! All I see in the mirror is my own reflection. Any of these other people named? No. What a relief! Oh, they don't get unique text. Cool, blimey! Give over showing me my own ugly mug, will you? I wear this mask for a reason, you know? Else that implies that the mirror will show his real face. No, I wasn't lined up right. I saw something in the mirror. It looked like... Oh dear. Like a horrible, scary monster. Oh well, like 6 of my NPCs have got the weakest weapons now. Because I found a monster before I'd finished going through everyone. I did have a moment of, are they going to just have the monster be the last person? But it wasn't the last person. Ra's mirror reveals that 3 of the townspeople were skeletons in disguise.
Bastards.
It cannot be! My faithful citizens were monsters all along. Only 3 of them. And, like, to be fair, about half the townsfolk have only joined us recently. We don't know them. Took you long enough to find us. Come on, boys, let's show these boneheads what we're really made of. Fucking destroyed. And that's that. Thank you, Dulcina. No longer shall we be forced to suffer the monster's malicious machinations. And yet, it is chilling to think that the fiends have lived among us for so long, unnoticed. I trained with them, worked with them, ate with them, and they were plotting against us all the while. Feels like Attack on Titan, doesn't it? Whatever their wicked schemes, those saboteurs have been dealt with. Now we can rest easily for a time. Your Majesty, I would urge you to remain vigilant. It was not only the shadows of monsters that were glimpsing in the dead of night, but of men meeting with them. Warwick is right. I think it would be wise to conduct periodic checks on the citizenry to ensure... To that end, Dulcina, would you entrust Ra's mirror to my care? I guess I have to, don't I? I didn't get to finish checking everyone. One guy appeared as a monster and the other 2 chose to reveal themselves as monsters, but the other 5 citizens could be monsters still. I doubt it, but it would be smart to hide some of themselves for longer. Thank you. I'll make good use of it. I'll do everything in my power to ensure the monsters do not infiltrate our ranks again. Dulcina, if you'd be so kind, would you see at the burial of our fallen companions? They died as heroes, so it's only right they're properly remembered, and if I have to. So there really were monsters hiding out among us all this time. How awful. Don't know whether to be relieved that we finally found them, or appalled that they were among us in the first place. Simply don't know who to trust anymore. Oh, in all the excitement, I almost forgot. Did you learn anything of note at the Air Force Base? Some weakness we can exploit, some weapon by which we might defeat them. You've had an idea for a whoosh widget that harnesses the power of wind? Well, these should certainly put those flying rotters in a flap. Say, Darsina, I was speaking with Sister Esther about the soldiers who were killed. She told me they were all stabbed in the back with a sword from her very own armory. Certainly they could have been slain by a monster disguised as a man. But could it not also be they were slain by a man who had been turned by the monsters? There may yet be traitors among us. You have all the knowledge you need to complete the blueprint now, but watch your back out there, Darsina, lest you be stabbed in it. I need to make 2 braziers for the whoosh widgets. Well, I've put the better weapons back in the armory, but I don't think the NPCs will be smart enough to take them out, you know. Braziers, where art thou? Still a lot of words. Still a lot of... What was I trying to say? Gone. Gone forever from my brain. Oh, they look cool. Completed the Anti-Air Force Fortifications Blueprint. I see there's corpses, but what if we just put them to the side? It'll be part of the decorations. Somebody would like to talk to you. Spiffing work on that blueprint, Darsina. With these whoosh widgets in place, our defences are complete. The whirlwinds those devices send forth will pluck the Air Force from the skies and throw them at our feet, ready for our soldiers to cut them down. That's if our soldiers are still in a position to fight. I fear there may still be traitors in our midst. That is a concern, but so is Malroth. Why did Ra's mirror reveal no reflection of him whatsoever? I know he's your friend, Darsina, but there's something inhuman about that man. I cannot help but feel unsettled in his presence. I know what unsettles me. The thought of the people of Moonbrook doubting and distrusting each other. Questioning the townsfolk loyalties would be exactly that. There's a spy among us. We have no choice but to wait for them to slip up. What's going on? Are we under attack? I think I should have some breakfast. I don't know what I've got. I bought a bunch of crap, but I can't remember exactly what. Right, so they want to fight for the right to party. I need to get some breakfast. I suppose I could say hi to you at some point too.
Hello.
I'm full of pee.
Should probably go pee then.
I'm gonna go pee. I'm saving. I'm quitting. There's another short stream, but it's fine.